friends, welcome to my channel. And today I want to talk about a topic called domestic violence. We all know that many people face domestic violence within the four walls of their place, which they call home. It's a topic that many people are aware of, but refuse to talk about it. Only very few people talk about it. Maybe the ones who don't, maybe they're scared or they want to get into something that they are afraid of. Okay, so let me get back to the topic. Domestic violence is also known as family violence. Is a violence or abuse in a domestic setting, such as marriage, or cohabitation, or living relationship, is a crime which is caused by a spouse or a partner in an intimate relationship against the other spouse or partner. So, what I want to say here is living together, marriage, living together, cohabitation, or live in relation does not give you the right to raise hand on your partner. Now, I want to ask how many of y'all do speak up for someone who's facing domestic violence? I don't mean in social media, I mean in real life. If you do or did, please comment below. Let me read your beautiful deeds. Domestic violence, in the broadest sense, it also involves against children, parents, or the elderly. It takes a number of forms, including physical, verbal, emotional, religious, and sexual abuse, which can range from subtle to marital rapes to violent physical abuse, such as choking, beating, throwing acid that results in disfigurement or death. All these things that I mentioned right now, it's very, very wrong. No one has given you the right to disfigure somebody, to kill somebody. No one has given you the right. Now, first of all, you are not allowed to raise hand on your partner at all. That's a very wrong step to start with. Domestic violence includes murders, stoning bride, burning, honor killing, or dowry deaths. We all are aware of what the points I have just read right now. Sometimes it involves cohabiting family members also. So I want to just say, women, wake up, speak up. Stop increasing domestic violence by keeping quiet, thinking it's your life. No, it's not your life. It's your home or your husband. No, it's not. So wake up and speak. Let someone know what you're going through. If you're facing domestic violence in any form, please take courage and speak up for yourself. Stand up for yourself. Tell someone about it. Nowadays, there are many organizations that help with these kind of situation. If you don't learn to stand up and speak up for yourself, you are just increasing the violence and making the abuser think that what he is doing, it's the right thing to do. No, it is not the right thing to do. It's high, if you're facing this kind of situations, it's high time that you stand up, take courage and speak up. Let someone know that you're facing this situation and you're not happy about it. Beating up a woman or your wife or your partner does not make you superior at all. Because in these situations, it's the children that suffer the most. Don't make your children think that what your husband or your wife is doing is the right thing to do. Because usually children learn from what they see. So again, I am telling you, please speak up. Don't let the abuser think that you are their punching bag. Let the abuser know enough is enough. If you see or know someone who is going through domestic violence in any form, go and help them. Take courage, help the person, because your one step will mean a lot to the person who is going through domestic violence, but is afraid of speaking up because she's afraid what her family will think or what society will think. Don't bother about society. Your life is very, way more important than society is thinking. Okay, so let me get back to the point. Usually, people who are facing domestic violence prefer to keep quiet, as I said before, prefer to keep quiet because they're afraid of what people will think or say. Stop thinking that your life is important. As I said before, your life is more important than what people think and say. So always stand up for someone who's facing domestic violence but are afraid to speak up due to many reasons. It can be so many reasons why they're not speaking. It can be maybe what society thinks or what people will say, what neighbors will say, what my parents will say. That's why they don't speak up. That's why most of the cases are not even known to people. Domestic violence globally are mostly women. Mostly women experience these kind of situations. Okay, men also face these kind of situations, but they don't take the men's situation seriously. I don't know the reason why, but domestic violence are definitely faced by both, by women and men also. Due to social stigmas regarding women or male victimization, men who are victims of domestic violence face an increase unlikely of being overlooked. They are obviously overlooked because sometimes they think that he's a man, maybe he is not facing it, or he's just, I don't know, whatever the reason is, but sometimes they are overlooked because he's a man. And that is wrong. If a man is facing domestic violence, we should also help him. If a woman is facing domestic violence, we should also help. Domestic violence often occurs when the abuser believes that the abuse is acceptable and justified, so unlikely to be reported. Because the person who is doing the domestic violent act, the person usually thinks that it's not something to be reported or is acceptable, or this is, I'm superior, I can do anything, she's my wife, I can do anything with my wife. And these kind of things, children, when they see their parents doing it, they think it's the right thing to do and they learn from it. Okay, so I want to end this video by saying domestic violence is not acceptable at all. So let's stand up and speak up for someone who's facing domestic violence. Let's stop domestic violence. Stand up for the person who is facing the problem. Thank you, friends, for listening.